in the today's session, we'll be talking about what is cloud security, what are the elements that you need to consider while, when you are designing your solutions on cloud, or if you are making a migration, or if you're altogether starting a new business in cloud. So what are the key parameters that you need to look at from a security perspective? Needless to say, to talk about what is cloud, why cloud, we all know why cloud, because this is something which is the present and the future. So just to share bandwidth here, I'll just stop my video for a while and we'll get started. On the agenda side, on the agenda side, we'll be discussing the cloud security basics, the what, how, of clouds and the security aspects that are there. Then we'll understand what are the cloud breaches, because of course, if you do not follow the right practices in cloud, breaches is something which is going to happen. Right. Then we'll also take a deep dive into the cloud shared responsibility model, which is something everybody is aware about, in terms of everybody has heard about this. Everybody knows that yes, there's a shared responsibility concept that we follow, but in spite of that, we don't know what is the exact demarcation there. What are the main responsibilities of the cloud provider, and where do we stand, where their responsibility ends and ours starts, all those things. Then we'll also talk about the best practices that we need to follow in each of the element that is there in the cloud. And last but not the least, we'll be talking about the Gartner's recommendations. When you're evaluating a cloud security vendor for your environment, what are the key things that you need to look at so that you have the right vendor for your ecosystem which is there. About the speaker, myself, Gunjan Chhillar, I am working as a cybersecurity specialist within cloud-based organization, a cloud-native organization. I have more than 7 years of experience in InfoSec industry. I have also helped a lot of customers from while they are migrating their on-prem infrastructure to cloud, or they are starting a business in cloud. I have designed custom-tailored solutions for them, so that they can run their business smoothly, and their data can be protected, and they can prevent all the kinds of breaches that are there. Apart from this, I'm also associated with a lot of other platforms like InfoSec Girls, Wiki, Delhi Safety Security Council, and I also run my weekly podcast. So I will request all of you to, join me on my LinkedIn and Instagram. The coordinates are already provided there so that we can connect more. And if you have any queries, any questions, any thoughts for me, I'll be really happy to, have all of them there. So let's start the session, and let's start with the fundamentals. With the fundamentals, we'll try to understand what are the concepts that we need to understand about cloud security, because cloud is a huge platform. There are so many things, so many services, and because everybody is on cloud in some or the other way, every day there are new innovations, new things that are coming in cloud. So it is very, very important to understand, first of all, what are the key components that are there, what kind of technologies, services you are using in cloud, and then what are the related security aspects that you need to look at for those components which you are using. Okay, so first of all, we have in cloud, it is important to protect. The main aim from a security perspective is to protect against the threats, whether it is an inside threat or an outside threat. Okay, so security is for the protection of outside and inside threats. These threats could be your ransomware attacks, your breaches, or any kind of data compromise. Next, we have privacy. Protecting privacy is also core to the business case for cloud security. Those who are using cloud, be it for individuals or their businesses, they expect that their data should be private and protected. Another thing that we need to consider is the efficiency, because there's no point of having the right environment, having all the security practices there, but then it is costing you on your efficiency side, right? Your resources are consumed, you're not able to work, you're not able to do your business activities, then there's no point of having that kind of system. So for cloud security, it is a very, very important requirement to provide security without reducing the efficiency of system performances and functions. So it needs to be implemented in a way that it should not impact how a system work or perform. After implementing that security also, you should be able to do your normal business activities in an efficient manner. And then security must also uh, protect you from data loss, which includes backing up of data. Data is typically the most valuable asset that we have, or any business have, right? And there are laws and regulations that governs the privacy of different types of data, such as medical or financial informations. These laws not only define how you need to use that data, how you need to protect that data, but they also have stiff penalties for those who fail to protect the data in a desired manner. Okay, now what happens if we do not follow these fundamentals or these right security practices in cloud? We all know we're going to be followed by breaches. So let's also understand what are the cloud breaches, the key cloud breaches, what kind of impact they can have in the on the organization which they affect. So on the breaches front, I would like to cite few examples of the key breaches which has happened recently, and I'm sure you all must be aware of about a lot of them. Starting with the first one, around August 2019, the Facebook hack, which there was a data that got stolen in this hack, which included the customers' personal information, including their phone numbers, their their usernames, their locations, email addresses, etc., etc. And this was it has such a huge impact that not only it was there from a monetary perspective, but I'm sure you must have seen those viral videos which circulate over social media platforms, where Mark Zuckerberg was faced with very hard questions on the privacy, on how Facebook uses the data, stores the data, what kind of privacy and security policies they follow, things like that. Then we had Alibaba breach. This was an Chinese shopping website which got breached. Again, there was customer sensitive information, their credentials, their coordinates, which got leaked. But because it was in China, so not we don't have many news about this hack. But yes, it is confirmed from a lot of sources that the credentials were stolen, and they were also put publicly on various sites as well. Then, similar to Alibaba, there was a Sina Weibo attack, which is again one of the China's largest social media platform. It impacted around 172 million users, and their credentials, their sensitive information was also put in deep and dark web. Then we had Accenture's breach, wherein companies' proprietary information, companies' sensitive data, corporate data was stolen. It was a ransomware attack. Everything was, the organization was not able to access their corporate data. But the good thing for Accenture was that they had the backup, and they claimed that they were able to restore everything completely from those backups which were there. Marriott hack, this is where there was one of their subsidiary, child company which they acquired recently, and this is something which a lot of organization misses while doing the acquisition. So that child company which they were to acquire, it has faced some network compromise sometimes back, and after the acquisition, Marriott directly started using their infrastructure, which in turn, impacted their network, and it that breach happened, and then it costed a lot of things, including financial loss and the reputation loss as well for Marriott International. Then we had LinkedIn breach. Again, the hacker was able to steal the credentials of the user, their sensitive details, username, their private data, and they also put certain of these details over social media. So with the help of these information, anybody can, it's a data which is basically sufficient enough for a hacker to do social engineering on any user. So these are few cloud-based breaches that I talked about, the only thing, irrespective of what kind of organization it is, what is the industry, what is the type, what is the size, if you see, the only thing that is common in they all got breached. And there's a very famous thing in cybersecurity industry, that there are only two kinds of industries that exist. One who know they are breached, and they're already breached, and the other one which are yet to breach. Okay, and in either of these cases there can be organizations which are already breached but they don't know. Okay, so now I hope you understand that breaches are something, they're everywhere. They can impact any kind of organization, irrespective of what is the industry, what is their geolocation, what is the size, their financial status, etc., etc. So what all we can learn from these breaches is that cloud security, because we're talking about the cloud environment here, cloud security is something which is very, very important. It is paramount importance should be given to this while we are setting up our infrastructure, our applications, our data on cloud. Now, irrespective of what is the tactic, what is the technique, or what is the way by which a hacker is doing these breaches, there are certain parameters which you can analyze, you can learn about, so that you can identify and you can make sure that you have the right defensive strategy for your environment to prevent against these breaches that are there in the industry as of now. So what kind of parameters are they? Let's try to have a look at these parameters.